Alright, so now we're going to be going over 2.3, and the first question is find the limit, if it exists, for the limit going x to 3 for x cubed plus 1 over x minus 4. And the great thing about this one is it's very simple. Just plug in your x, so 3 cubed plus 1 over 3 minus 4. 3 cubed is 27, plus 1 is 28 over 3 minus 4, which is a negative 1. And you get a negative 28. Very simple. Boom, out of the way. Number 2, we got another one of find the limit, if it exists. So the thing with this one is we kind of want to necessarily do the same thing. So what we do is find tangent of a negative 2 pi over 8. You could simplify this down even further to the tangent of a negative pi over 4. And now what we want to do here is we know that the tangent equals sine over cosine. So what we want to do is do the sine of negative pi over 4 over the cosine of negative pi over 4. And the sine of negative pi over 4 is a negative root 2 over 2. And the cosine of negative pi over 4 is root 2 over 2. And this simplifies down to negative 1. And that's your answer. Moving on, we got 3. Another simple one, find the limit. The thing with this though is it does not exist. And the reason for that being is if you were to plug in 6 at the bottom, we would end up with a 0 at a denominator, and that would be undefined and it would not exist. And even if you were to factor it out, it would end up being x minus 6, x plus 5 over x minus 2, x minus 1. And even then, nothing cancels out, so it does not exist. And the last one we got here is number 4. It's a bit of a long problem. What you're going to want to do is plug in your f of x equation into there, but for every x. So, what I mean is, you're looking for the limit of as delta x goes to 0 for, here we'd go x plus delta x squared, it's first x, and then you're going to do plus 3 your second x, so x plus delta x, and then minus f of x, so it's simply minus, put it in parentheses, x squared plus 3x, and all of this is over delta x. Now what you're going to want to do is, just simplify what you can. X plus delta x squared, factor that out, which is x plus delta x times x plus delta x. Distribute that, and you should be left with, this goes to 0, of x squared plus 2x delta x plus delta x squared plus 3x plus 3 delta x minus x squared minus 3x. And all this is over delta x. Now as you can see, there are things that we could cancel out. For example, this negative 3x, positive 3x, negative x squared, and it looks to be all of it. And we're left with the limit as delta x goes to 0 is 2x delta x plus delta x squared plus 3 delta x all over delta x. And this could be simplified even further. And that goes away, This turns into delta x. And this equals 2x plus delta x plus 3. And this is the limit as delta x goes to 0. So 2x plus 0 plus 3. So the limit as delta x goes to 0 is 2x plus